Did you want to start, or would you like for me to start?
I guess I could go. Hey everyone, it's Rich and Urson.
Woo!
We're here for another Young Justice review.
Back at it again with the white vans.
Yes. This episode is episode 22, Agendas.
Agendas.
And boy, is there agendas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, there's the almost obvious agenda. The most obvious agenda, the Justice League's agenda, and discussing who should be in the league, new members, and if they should keep older members.
Right.
Like, well, not older. Like they're not trying to get like geriatric superheroes out. They're discussing if the one Shazam or Captain Marvel.
You caught yourself.
Fate. Yeah, I know. Things have changed. Captain Marvel, Dr. Fate. Who were the other? Was there any other heroes currently in the league that they were discussing should be out, or just those two earlier?
Yeah, no one where there was a bit of controversy for a
right
at this moment a current Justice League member.
Yeah, and they obviously actually discover. I mean, they not discover. They know that now. They know that Captain Marvel is a 10-year-old.
Billy Batson.
And Batman already obviously knew. And why is that? Because his name is Batson.
Yeah, right. Good one, man.
I know. Just full of it. Dr. Fate, they don't really trust. You can tell that Justice League doesn't really trust Dr. Fate.
Yeah, they're tight. They're tight because Naboo basically coaxed. It's not a good. It's not a good gimmick that they got going on. You know, it's not fair. That's what the
point that they're trying to
make. Yeah, he blackmailed him. That's a good.
Blackmailed Tara, or they also discussed new membership, like Guy Gardner with both Hal and John vetoed. Yeah, Guy Gardner is a Green Lantern. If anyone is Earth's third Green Lantern, he actually made a cameo in a few episodes ago. They're when they're fighting the Injustice Society, I believe, or the Injustice Gang. Plastic Man, which Billy Batson couldn't stop laughing about. Sorry, Captain Marvel. Blue Icon, which is a famous hero that Superman thinks may have some Kryptonian origins. And, the other agenda. Urson, you want to take the other agenda?
Yeah, so we basically find out in this episode, Lex Luthor's in this episode, so that snake in the grass is coming back, and everything, he's got his finger in every ink. We come to find out Superboy, our Superboy, is half human, half Kryptonian, and his human side is Lex Luthor's DNA as well. Daddy Warbucks, in this case Daddy Luthor, father and son, a little father and son thing, which I thought was cool. He also mentions, just a little tidbit before I get into it. He also mentions that, well, Superman hasn't been there for you, and here I am extending the olive branch, basically. But don't trust this snake in the grass. He's a snake in the grass. Anyway, he tells him, "Oh, I'm the president of Project Cadmus now," and he basically tells Superboy, "There's another clone. You should go look for him." So Superboy goes back into Project Cadmus, finds out that it's been rehabilitated, if you will, and everybody seems to be going swimmingly. But deep down, with Wolf is there. Wolf always gets beat up. I think that's the running gag with Wolf. You got a wolf. That's pretty cool. He scratches this area where Superboy was originally housed in the first episode when he was released. Turns out there's another Superboy, or a clone, Project Match. We come to find out that he was the original creation. He had full Kryptonian DNA in him, which made him It made him have similar abilities to Superman, except uncontrollable, which is why they kept him on ice.
Oh, all right. It's not that his powers were uncontrollable. It's that he was uncontrollable. He was
that's what I said.
Oh, I know what you meant. And not uncontrollable. Well, I guess Superboy, you could say it's uncontrollable technically, but he's mentally unhinged. Match.
Yeah. So they find that out. They have two fights. After the first fight, Lex Luthor gives Superboy these patches. And the patches that Luthor gives him can suppress his human DNA. and isolate his Kryptonian DNA so that this way he's able to possess the same powers as Superman would. What makes the Kryptonians strong is they have to be under a yellow sun, so this way their super abilities, godlike abilities is another phrase you could use, they're increased, heightened. So because Superman is on Earth, we have a yellow sun. Superman has his Kryptonian abilities, which are strength, flight, heat vision, X-ray, things along that nature. When Superboy puts these patches on, he gets those features for 1 hour.
It
And
also makes him stronger too. Like he's physically stronger, not just that he has extra powers.
yeah. It increases his Kryptonian DNA, which allows him the same abilities as Superman. At the end, there's a part where Superboy, Wolf, and Sphere, they not scroll down. They go to talk to Lex Luthor. We find out in this episode there is a code word, kind of like how Superboy would be like a secret Soviet spy back in the Soviet Union. There's a code word to shut him down, and that code word is Red Sun. The funny part about that is Superboy goes to grab him because he's upset, and Lex Luthor just says Red Sun. And the scene jumps right into a night scene of Superboy coming back to his senses with Lex Luthor's tie around. He's holding Lex Luthor's tie. When he chatted with Lex Luthor, it was during the daytime. After he red sunned him, it was nighttime. So, Superboy was just standing there for hours, standing, and not a single person said anything. So I just
Wolf
wanted
is
to give you that tidbit.
Wolf is a very obedient wolf.
Very obedient wolf. It was a cool episode though. I really like that we got two Superboy versus Superboy fights. They fleshed out the genomorphs. They give them an underground layer. That guy who's that genomorph whose name I'm not remembering at the moment.
The
He
Lex.
Yeah, he tells Superboy, he's like, listen, we got to maybe move a little bit smoother with this because we're also trying to get our own rights and to live on Earth just like you. That's his ultimate goal. But instead, at this moment, they're still holed up in Project Cadmus. Even though they can freely move about, they're not able to move on Earth. So they're a bit suppressed in their freedom.
Yeah, the city. They created their own city called Geomorph City.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and we also find out that Guardian from the first episode is Roy's uncle.
That's right. That's right. We do find that out, which is a nice little touch because they look alike. They're voiced by the same actor, the same voice actor.
There's like so much secret identities. How would you know who Red Arrow is?
So much for secret identities.
And if you're his uncle, one question is, though, if he's his uncle after his Red Arrow's parents died, why didn't you take him in? Why did a billion have to take him in?
You got to do just enough to move the plot along without getting too.
Yeah, I guess.
Because there's more important things.
I guess it makes me wonder, though.
There's also a little side plot. There's a small C plot in this, and that's Thanksgiving.
Yes.
They're cooking Thanksgiving dinner for the cave, even though the Thanksgiving is kind of just like one scene and then it's done. Kid Flash just bounces. He eats some cranberries and he goes to have Thanksgiving dinner at his family's house. And that's it. You don't see him for the rest of the episode, aside from a still image when the Justice League is at the table conducting their debate as to which new members would be considered for the Justice League.
They're meeting their voting.
What I find interesting about that part is I think maybe he mentioned more, but Batman specifically wants two people, Elastic Man and Atom.
Did you want Elastic Man?
Yeah, I think he was the one that brought up Elastic Man.
Maybe, yeah.
What I find interesting about that is Batman is considered top notch when it comes to a lot of things from a human perspective, to the point where he's the one that created a lot of this stuff. His decision making skills, high quality. If he chooses someone like Elastic Man and Atom for consideration into the Justice League, I would take that into account because this dude knows what he's talking about for the most part.
And he doesn't really trust people with superpowers. So,
Yeah.
well, the Atom doesn't really have superpowers. He uses a suit. Although the one thing is with Adam, he kind of implies why he wanted, well, why Adam's so useful to Shazam. But Captain Marvel, Captain Marvel can't stop. Captain Marvel. It's funny because Captain Marvel laughs at both of them. The Atom, he talks about his size. He can shrink. That's
Yeah.
What makes him useful for it. It makes sense for spying and stuff.
And he's smart. He's super smart because he's he's something in Massachusetts, I think.
Yeah, he's like a doctor, but also he made a fucking. I mean, shoot, he made a suit that can make. Made a suit. He's basically the DC's Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Oh, another nice. If I don't mind me saying this, another nice thing I really like was they bring up Robin real quick, and Wonder Woman scoffs after they do the whole Captain Marvel thing. He's only 10 years old, and Batman's like, I knew it. And he's like, oh, why don't I surprise you? Inducted Robin
at the ripe old age of 9.
9, yeah. So, and the comment is, he needed to bring his people to justice. The man that killed his family to justice.
Yeah.
Why? So you can end up like you. And
Batman goes, so that he wouldn't.
Yeah, that was touching and that makes sense because Batman probably never really, I don't know, in this universe he caught Jojo with his parents, or he didn't do it till he was later. But it helped. I guess it helped Robin more. Because Robin's obviously a different character than Batman. He's more happy and joke.
Yeah.
So overall, what are you gonna give this episode, Urson?
I'm gonna give it an 8.5. I liked how it went. I like the strong A plot. I like the strong B plot. The only thing about this show is it's only, with commercials, 20 minutes, 22 minutes, so you can only do so much. But they give us just enough. And I'm assuming when you're watching this, when it was released, it was with commercials, so you get the 30 minutes. It goes pretty smooth.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather 30, 20 minutes, whatever, of great content than an hour full of filler, half filler and half good content,
Right. What about you? What do you give this?
I'll give it an 8 out of 10. That was a very strong episode. I like seeing the other members. I like the whole, John and how they're so against Guy Gardner.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's one of their own, and they're against putting him in the league. I like how that reference to Robin. I like the whole Superboy is finally revealed. I figured Lex Luthor's parentage, in the comics, was his other father.
That answers our question at the beginning when we first started reviewing the episodes.
Oh, right. So we did speculate. I like that. I liked basically Matt, even though Superboy's technically, Lex Luthor says he was made after. He is kind of like Superboy's Bizarro.
Mm-hmm.
He even draws the S backwards.
Right.
You ever wonder these clones? Why are they boys? Why don't they make a full Superman clone?
Okay, so you know what I'm thinking? If they have enough to make another clone, or they've had 2 clones, who else? What other clones do they got? That's what I'm curious about now.
Oh yeah, I mean
this just opened up a whole lot.
And this kind of brings speculation, even though they didn't mention it all in this episode. This kind of brings speculation more into the mole. Is Superboy a mole now? Because we know his origin. Lex Luthor could have planted something in his head. If he planted Red Sun.
Oh yeah, someone could have been planted. We could have a clone. The mole could be a clone. Who knows? At this point, anything's open.
No, talking about Superboy, it could be the clone himself because Lex Luthor, even if he doesn't know, realizes Lex Luthor could have planted something in him,
If you speculate at this point, even though we haven't had mole talk in a little bit, now that we're gonna begin to revisit it, I think, because the season's almost over, you can probably put Superboy in strong contention for being the mole.
Yeah.
Or this is meant to deter us.
It's true. It could meant to deter us.
Anything's pos, yo.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. You know, so the episode was good. I kind of wish we would have saw more of Wally. I mean, I thought they were. I kind of wish they would have had like
No
a friends.
Aqualad.
No, Aqualad too. Yeah, Aqualad was. I wish they would have had like a Friendsgiving.
Yeah, that was just like a quick C plot. No Artemis in this episode. We still
You
haven't
know?
found out. We still need to get that Cheshire Cat stuff. Sportsmaster.
And we also get a reaction from Superman when they bring up Superboy. Should he have to wait 17 years to join the league because you're gonna do it by age? Superman's like kind of like
Yeah.
now. If Superman found out Lex Luthor was Connor's other DNA giver. I mean, I think that would just like totally ruin any chance of them ever having a relationship.
Right. I want to bring one thing up, one small thing, and then I want to end with a question. Not the question, the character, but a question. Superboy is still relatively young, so his age comes into question, which I found pretty interesting because they mentioned that. They say, okay, well, Superboy, he's less than a year old. Should we consider him? He's not ready, though. I could tell he's not ready for the
Yeah,
Justice League.
and Nabu gave props to Kid Flash and Aqualad saying they were more than ready.
Yeah, that part kind of confused me. I mean, if I had to pick anyone of the team, the first person I wouldn't pick Dick Grayson because he's still too young, but Aqualad. If I had to pick as like a junior, even though these are technically junior Justice Leaguers, but I would give Aqualad access to the tower, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, and Green Arrow mentions Roy should be inducted.
Yeah, Red Arrow. I instantly said no. As soon as that happened, I said, no, not Red Arrow. He's a great character, but
yeah, he's been playing well with others.
Yeah. And now now he has to play well. No dice. The point, my question to end the episode is, of all the people that were considered for the Justice League, which one do you think would have been your pick
Was it November?
as the new member? Yeah.
Icon seems pretty. I don't know so much about Icon, but it's a powerhouse. Also, I can see what Batman's thinking with the Atom. That would help out a lot. The ones I agree with you. I wouldn't really put Red Arrow. I really wouldn't put any of the team or Red Arrow in the league. I just think none of them are ready. Even if Aquila is the most valid candidate, he's really still not ready. What about you?
I would have picked Elastic Man.
Really? Well, he's supposed to be very powerful.
Yeah, I feel his abilities you could use in more than just certain points. It was either that or Atom.
Yeah, I mean, I can see the Atom. I see Batman's point in that.
But see, the thing is, when you're building a team, you need someone like Elastic Man, because that can help, especially if you're running an alpha, beta, an A team, a B team, and a C team. Mm-hmm. Someone like Elastic Man could be in all three teams without issue.
That's very, very true. Mm-hmm. I would probably pick. You mentioned that. I wouldn't pick anyone in the team. I kind of would like to see Guy Gardner. Okay. Now, just them saying no makes me want him in the league now.
Yeah, damn, 3 Green Lanterns.
Yeah, but just how he is as a person. Like, I know how he is in the comics, and I'm assuming he's similar in here. But, you know, what is he like that they really don't want him in?
Right.
He's really gonna just want to fight them. So I know Batman in the comics, they got no fight with him, punch him in his face.
All right, folks. That was episode 22 of Young Justice Review. Agendas. Stay tuned. Coming up, episode 23. Peace.
Peace.